Hi, everybody. My hood is all kinds of messed up. I wanted to stop in tonight and share something with you that I shared with my email followers today, all those who are subscribed. And it's something that I think is pretty important. So trying to get better light in here. It's evening, and so it's not as bright in here as it usually is. I wanted to share something with you that, I think it's something we all kind of have to consider at times. I know I do this a lot. So decisions, right? We all make them. We make them every day of our life. And every decision affects our life. It has an outcome, correct? I mean, it's either going to have a positive or a negative effect. Sometimes the decisions may not make a very big impact on our life, and other times they really can make a huge impact on our life, right? Like the decision to get married. That's something that's going to make a tremendous impact on our life, and it's something we think about, right? And we really take time. But there are also the times that we make decisions and maybe, hey, Angela, I haven't seen you in forever. You need to come visit me. I miss you and your cute kids. There are times that maybe we spend too much time dwelling on our decisions before we make them. I married a ponderer. That's what I've called Derek for years since we met. Is I've always called him the ponderer because he literally would just take forever. And for a very long time, I joked that we would still be engaged if he'd had his way. Of course, we've been married 19 years now, so thank goodness we're not still engaged. That would have been a very long time to be engaged to someone. But it was because we were kind of forced into a decision-making process. So I'm going to share that with you, and then I've got somewhere I want to go with this. So bear with me. I'm going to try not to be too long-winded. Sometimes I forget how long I talk. So when I met Derek, it was July of '99, and it was another 8 months before we started dating. It was April of 2000 before we started dating. And one of our friends up there, a friend I met through him, worked for Manpower, a consulting firm, I guess, and got me a job with Caterpillar, which is where Derek worked in Illinois. And so I started in August. And for those of you who don't know this story, you're gonna hear it now. I call it the roller coaster weekend. I turned 22 on September 28th of 2000. And then on September 29th, I lost my job after 30 working days. And if you only work 30 days, you are not eligible for unemployment benefits. I had moved into a rental home that I was paying $450 a month for. I had a SUV payment of $450 a month and no job. And the next day, he asked me to marry him. So birthday, lose job, get engaged. It was quite the weekend. That was tough. I had moved from Alabama all the way up to Illinois for this man, and now I'm without a job. And we were very blessed. He was okay with us getting married quickly, although I think it was mainly simply because he didn't want me to move back to Illinois. So 7 weeks later, we were married during the Alabama-Auburn game. And I am an Alabama fan, and all of my family is pretty much an Alabama or Auburn fan. And we were married in Hueytown, Alabama, and it rained, sleeted, and snowed all during our wedding. Okay, so my husband, the ponderer, did not get to ponder anything in that environment. It was kind of all forced on him. And so, as time went by and the longer we were married, I learned more about how he really liked to take his time to make decisions. And that's great. It's wonderful. And really, there is so much that comes from taking your time and really thinking things through. But sometimes what happens is instead of us really weighing our options, we wind up looking for reasons to say why we don't want to commit, right? Why we're just not really looking to say yes. We're really looking for reasons to say no to whatever it is that we've been asked to commit to. Okay. I'm sure you've had examples like that in your life where there was something that was really easy to say yes to. It was easy like that. You could just say, yeah, I want to do that. I know that's a decision I want to make. And then there are other times that maybe you're just like, no, I want to think about that, and you're really just trying to talk yourself out of it. So what I want to talk to you about is when it comes to what I do, okay, and why most of you have met me. Some of you I've met, well, some of you that are watching I've met from singing school. I've sung with you in choruses. Some of you I went to high school with. Hey, Jenny. Others I've met on the soccer field, and others I have met at Fit Club that I used to run years ago out here in Cross Plains. And so some of you are here because of what I do. I am a health and fitness coach, a personal trainer. I own a group fitness studio, and I am very, very passionate about being healthy. And I'm very passionate about being healthy because, oh, I didn't realize I had clothes in the picture. Sorry, y'all. You see the real me. I'm very, very passionate about being healthy because I've watched too many people die young. And I've watched so many people on medications and have very poor quality of health because they waited too long and they didn't make the right decisions. And so a lot of people come to me and they tell me, well, I'm thinking about it, or I really ought to do that, or, you know, well, this is going on, or that's going on, or I just have so much that's in my life right now. I just don't have the time. And I'm just here to tell you that from someone who lost her dad last year and whose mom is in better health than she was a few months ago, but she's still on dialysis, and who's lost all 4 of my grandparents, and who has multiple family members with health issues, whether they are autoimmune diseases or otherwise. And some of it we can't control, right? I'm here to tell you that if you put it on the back burner, if you delay and you try to talk yourself out of it, or you say, I don't have time for this, or I don't have time for that, and you're not making time for your health, you're going to pay for it later. The time is going to be spent in hospitals. It's going to be spent in doctor's offices. You'll probably have tears shed for you. You'll have tears shed by you. And it's going to be very difficult, and you'll never get that time back. So when you think about decisions and which ones should be done quickly and which ones you need to take the time to think about, don't let your health be something that you really sit there and contemplate, do I have the money or do I have the time? Because you're going to spend it one way or another. It's just whether or not you're going to spend it healthy and happy, or whether or not you're going to pay for it on the back end when you're older. 2 high school friends this week lost their fathers. And y'all, my high school friends, I'm 41, so none of us are really all that old. And now I know of at least 3, and I'm sure there are others that graduated with me that have lost their fathers. And none of us expected to go through this at this age. And just, it's precious, y'all. Your life is precious, and you don't know when it's going to end. You don't know what tomorrow may hold. And just think about it. I didn't mean to get to be so sober here, but when I talk, y'all, I just go. I start talking, and whatever comes out, comes out. I don't have a script. But I just want you to know that the decision that I made when I decided to get healthy, really get healthy for my family over 8.5 years ago, it was a hard decision to make, but I did it. And it was just like, I've made it, I'm going to do it. But as I've said before, my husband wasn't all that supportive at the time because he just didn't realize he needed to be. And he's learned, and he's so much better now. But now he's finally walking on the treadmill and stuff, which makes me happy. But it was a decision I made for myself. And I didn't really count all those other costs, and I didn't try to talk myself out of it because I knew the reason why I needed to do it. And it was because I felt awful inside, and that showed on the outside, and I wasn't who I needed to be for my family. And I knew I was going to pay for it down the road if I didn't take care of myself. So I'm going to wrap this up. I'm running up on 10 minutes here, and I really don't want to do that to y'all. Let me know if this is a decision you're battling and you're like, I know I need to do this. I know I need to do this for me, but, and there's all these buts, and there's all these questions, and you're trying to figure out, and you're weighing things in the balance. I want you to remember, one, what it is that you're trying to do and why you want to do it. But then on top of that, let me know. Let's talk it out. Let me see if I can help you. I have been there. I have walked through those decisions myself. I've been through all the pros and the cons, and I've done it not just myself, but I've done it with other clients that have had the same things presented to them. And I'm just telling you, if you don't make the time and spend the money on yourself now, in food, in if supplements are needed, etc., in whatever it is that you need to invest in, you're going to pay for it later. Our lives are not perfect, and none of us are gifted with phenomenal health for our entire life, and we can't count on it, that's for sure. So make the time for you, invest in yourself. Don't let it be one of those things where you weigh the pros and the cons, okay? Let this be one of those decisions that you say, yes, I know I need to do it. Let's do it. I'm going to let you go because I've already passed 11 minutes and I didn't mean to. So I hope y'all have a blessed evening. I would love to hear from you if there's been a decision that you're just so very thankful that you made. Drop it below. Let me know in the comments that there was a decision that you were like, you know what, I just got to make this decision right now. It doesn't matter if it's health and fitness related. Anything is fine with me. I love to hear stories from people. So I hope y'all have a blessed evening. Let me know if I can help you in any way. And Merry Christmas to everybody. I hope to do at least one more live video before the Christmas holiday, but we are traveling here and there just a little bit. So y'all have a blessed day, and I will talk to you soon.